While you at it, like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Peace, family. What's going on with y'all, man? So the question of the day is, should African Americans relocate to the continent of Africa? And my answer is yes. I think African Americans should relocate to Africa because you are a descendant of the African continent. Also, like, African Americans, we go through so much in America, you know, dealing with police brutality, not having much economic viability. Other cultures control and own all the big industries that in America and things of that nature. So it's like, I mean, it's a no-brainer for us to come back home to the continent because, for one, there's a lot of room for growth in Africa. And also, there's a lot of land for you to buy and develop in Africa. And also, there's opportunities for a resource mining company as well. If you want to get into the mining of resources sector as well. There's room for growth in the education sector. There's room for growth in the transportation sector. And also, if you want to get into real estate, you know, there's room for that as well. The cost of housing is cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Like if you buy a house for $20,000 out here, like a 2-3 bedroom house for $20,000 USD out here, that's just a estimate, you know. 2 bedrooms can be cheaper or more. 2 bedroom houses or 3 bedroom houses can be cheaper or more depending on the area you're in particular. And the thing about Africa is, when you buy a house in Africa or land, it's yours. If you pay $20,000 for that house, that's all you're gonna pay for the house. You don't have to pay property taxes. You don't have to pay none of that. Even land, like if you buy land for $8,000, that's all you have to pay on the land. You know what I'm saying? Versus in America, even if you own a house, you still gotta pay property taxes on the house. If you got land, you gotta pay taxes on the land, you know, and other fees they like to throw in there, you know, when you buy a home or land in America. Everything in America, you have to pay tax. And like when it comes to even like buying a car in like Africa, a lot of Africans that have cars out here, they don't pay car notes and things of that nature. They own their cars. They own the things they have here. Versus in America, since America is a credit system, a lot of people that have cars in America, they have to pay on that car monthly until they're able to actually own the car. In Africa, the things that Africans have, they own majority of their stuff. Like, they have grocery stores they own. Even like, you know, when it comes to like the nail, like the nail salon places that females go to get their nails done and men go to get manicures, pedicures, things of that nature. Kenyans own and control that industry as well. Kenyans own like gas stations and things of that nature as well. Kenyans own apartment complexes over here. A lot of the things that's going on in Africa, or Kenya in particular, because this is where I'm at, are owned and controlled by Kenyans. Not everything here, but a lot of things are owned and controlled by Kenyans. So, but versus in America, like African Americans, we own like restaurants. Like, there's some supermarkets we own in the U.S. and things of that nature. But for the most part, like, majority of the grocery stores are owned by Mzungu. You know, the gas stations are owned by Arabians. The nail salons are owned by Chinese, Koreans, and Asians. The movie theaters are owned by Mzungu or white people. And when I say Mzungu, I'm talking about white people. So if you ever hear me say Mzungu, for people that don't know, that means white people. Or a white person, I should say. The hospitals are owned and controlled by Wazungus. So yeah, so like a lot of the like industries that are in America aren't owned and controlled by African Americans. They are owned by other cultures and communities and things of that nature. Like even like the road work that's done out here. The road work is done by Africans. But if you go to America, a lot of the road work is done by Mexicans, and a lot of hard labor is done by Mexicans. That also take away from African American employment in America, because they gave the hard labor to Mexicans, and that take away from a lot of African Americans acquiring skills so we can become more economically independent, since they've given those skills to like Mexicans or Hispanics or other cultures and things of that nature. So yeah, like we don't own and control a lot of the industries in America. You know what I'm saying? As African Americans. So it'd be like, and then on top of that, like when we build things, Mzungu or white people like to destroy the things we build and the communities we build and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But when you come to Africa, you live more free. You operate more freely. And you could build whatever your heart and mind desires. You see what I'm saying? That's another reason why it's important for African Americans to relocate to the continent. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, if you like fearful about like relocating, at least visit for like a month to see how you would like it, to see where would you be able to belong, or where would you like to belong on a continent in particular when you decide to visit. And also when you decide to visit for like a month, it'll help you kind of see which business you want to invest in, or which industry you want to get involved in if you are deciding to relocate to the continent. Africa has every Africa, anything you can imagine and dream of, Africa has it to offer. You see what I'm saying? So man, like, remember when we was growing up, they would say Africa's poor, ain't got no money, isn't industrious, and things of that nature. Oh, that's a lie. You see what I'm saying? Like, and now we're in the age of information, we're in the age of technology, and we're in the age of consciousness, and we're in the age of self-awareness. We becoming more aware, and it's like we all know that's a lie now. And if you are kind of fearful on which direction to go, or the fact that or you deciding to come over here, if you're fearful a little bit, you can also watch YouTubers, like different YouTubers like Traverse Culture, Residential Tourist, Wodamaya, he's doing great work over here, Coop's Corner, Austin Holloman, Kid Greatness, America Meets Africa, True Melanie, where she talk about the AES, the Sahel Alliance, what's going on with Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. The alliance they built over there, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of different YouTubers you could tap in with and check out to give you more of a the right perspective on what's truly going on the ground and on the continent of Africa, versus having to rely on the Western media as your end-all be-all for information about what's going on the continent. Now we got YouTube, now we got social media, and we got information on the internet where you can get like a lot of information about what's going on the continent as well, instead of relying on the Western media propagandas to paint this picture for you of how Africa is. Now we got YouTube, so we can get information from diverse sources on what's actually going on the continent, what's actually being developed on the continent, versus relying on the Western educational system and Western media to tell us about what's going on the continent of Africa. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like, you know what I mean, another reason you want to come to Africa, because you can build with your people, you can grow with your own people. You don't have to be around white people so much, or Chinese so much, or Indian so much. You know what I'm saying? When you come to the African continent, it'll be easier for you to build and sustain relationships and partnerships and things of that nature, because you're around people that look like you. You see what I'm saying? You're around people that that have similar struggles as you and things of that nature. So people that look like you and have similar struggles and things of that nature, it's easier to build with them versus building with all these other ethnic groups and things of that nature who don't come from your background and understand your struggles. So they can't really empathize with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, you can have allies and work with these other ethnic groups and things of that nature to acquire the things you need to acquire and build what you need to build and things of that nature. But when you build with the people and amongst your people, there's more trust. There's more of a commonality. And there's much more understanding. You know what I'm saying there when you're dealing with people that look like you and have similar struggles and have similar backgrounds. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, no matter where you at, like if you're a African in China, if you're a Jamaican in Jamaica, if you're a Haitian in Haiti, if you're a African in America or an African American, if you are a melanated being of the diaspora, then Africa belongs to you. Africa is your place. Africa is your home. So it's time for us to reclaim the continent and connect with the motherland and take back what's ours. You feel me? That's what's ordained for us. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So like Africans of the diaspora, it's time for us to come back home, help rebuild the continent. You know what I'm saying? Relocate so we can somebody was up there fucking around with the window and shit. And yeah, that's why it's important for Africans of the diaspora to come back home to redevelop the continent and things of that nature, so we can see the continent that we all imagine and dream of for ourselves. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, Africa for the Africans, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to come back home, rebuild the continent, you know what I'm saying? So we can be the change we seek in Africa. You know what I'm saying? And the weather here is so beautiful. Like y'all see the sun? Man, this shit shining on the brother melanin, man. Man, it's beautiful here. I'm loving it here in Kenya, man. Moving to Africa was the best decision I ever made in my life. The best decision. And that's the thing too, like in America, we got a lot of family issues. The community isn't doing so good and things of that nature. So, you know, Africa give you a fresh start. You see what I'm saying? And America, for African Americans in particular, our youth get taken away from us early. You know what I'm saying? Our youth get taken away from us. So coming to Africa, it helps bring serenity and peace to your soul, which helps you become more youthful, which help you embrace your youthfulness more that was taken away from you in America. Coming to Africa, you get your youth back, truly. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, man. Come back home to the continent, man. And Africa is also very, very safe. You know what I'm saying? So if you got children and things of that nature, you could bring them here, you know what I mean? And they'll be able to roam free with not nobody messing with them, kidnapping them and things of that nature. Like it was crazy because, like, even on the street, like when I'm like out on the street, outside or whatever, I see kids walking around by themselves, holding hands and stuff, walking down the street. In America, children can't walk by themselves. They might get kidnapped or killed or anything. But in Africa, since it's Africans amongst each other, the kids can roam free. And since Africa, or Kenya in particular, is a safe country, the children just roam free. You see what I'm saying? In America, you know, we kind of fear for our children because when they go outside, we don't know what could happen, you know, due to the violence that goes on in the hood, due to the police brutality, and due to all them pedophiles and rapists and things of that nature being over there and taking advantage of kids and women and things of that nature. You never know what could happen to your child, you know. America is just not a safe environment. It's a very hostile environment. And the thing about America is you got all these different ethnic groups, cultures, and things of that nature, people from different background in one place. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to always, like, naturally be a conflict of interest. Because everybody from these different ethnic groups see the world in a different way. And when you have all these people that see the world from a different way and just one melting pot, there will naturally be like a conflict of interest, you know. So y'all will naturally be fighting amongst each other, naturally be going against one another and things of that nature. But when you come to Africa as an African of the diaspora, and what I mean by African of the diaspora, I'm talking about like any melanated being or African that was born and raised outside of Africa. You are considered an African of the diaspora. Because no matter where you was born outside of Africa, if you are a melanated being, you are an African. Yeah, like I was saying, when you come to Africa as an African of the diaspora, you don't have to deal with all them like conflict of interest and things of that nature because you're around your own people. You know what I mean? You don't have to deal with the racial discrimination that America brings to you and things of that nature. It's like, you know, coming to Africa, you around your people, so y'all just naturally coexist. You're a melanated being, I'm a melanated being, and we just coexist, you know. We all the same people. We all one people. Don't get me wrong, like, we might speak different languages or have different cultural backgrounds, but we're all different. We're all melanated. We're all the same people because we're all melanated beings or melanated people. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we're supposed to connect, and that's where we connect. And the thing is, like, us having different cultures and different language and things of that nature should be the reason we become more powerful as well, because our diversity is also an aspect of our power. You know what I'm saying? I might be able to learn from this African in a different way because he have a different cultural background or different language background. I can learn things from him to grow in that aspect. Or I speak a different language and I come from a different culture, and I can help you grow in a different way than what you're used to, because we come from different parts of the world, and also because we have seen different things, we have experienced different things, we also have different cultural backgrounds. You know, we can use those differences we have as our benefit to become more stronger in the world. You see what I'm saying? Because when we're exposed to different parts of the world, we're exposed to different developments that's going on in the world. You see what I'm saying? And when we're exposed to different cultures of the world, we're exposed to different ways we can adapt and different ideologies we can adapt within the world. And we can use those differences as an aspect of our power to come together to develop in a grandiose or magnificent way. So yeah, man, like, man, Africa is the place to be. Africa isn't just the future. Africa is now. Africa is now, man. Y'all need to really, really take the time to see what's going on in Africa, man, because it's beautiful here. Y'all see my trip to Mombasa? Y'all see what I've been doing in Kenya? Y'all see what's been going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time for you to get here. You to experience this. You to see the beauty of Africa, man. You know what I'm saying, man? So yeah, man, we go through so much at different parts of the world, man, because Africa ain't free just yet. Africa isn't a superpower just yet. That's why Africans of the diaspora suffer so much, because the mother continent isn't as powerful as they should be, or isn't as free as they should be. So when we get the mother continent powerful and the mother continent strong, then no matter where you're at as an African, anywhere, you'll be powerful. Because your African continent, which is your base, is powerful. You see what I'm saying? Why do you think Indians and other ethnic groups are powerful? Because the country or continent they come from is powerful. That's why no matter where these other ethnic groups go, they're protected and also respected, because their country or continent of origin is powerful, is resourceful, is abundant, and they know how to coexist. So no matter where these other ethnic groups go, they are respected and revered and able to get a lot of things done around the world, because they understand the power of unity. They understand the power of collective identity, and they understand the fact that in order for them to be powerful anywhere, they have to have a powerful country or continent that they come from. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, come to Africa, man. If you're African in the diaspora, come to Africa. This is your home. This is your place you belong. You know what I'm saying? Get that colonizer's perspective out of your mind about Africa, and come with a free mind. Come with an open mind. You see what I'm saying? So, because the more open-minded you become, the more you'll be allowed, the more you'll open yourself up to receive the different answers in Africa, so you can be the change you wish to seek and see in Africa. You see what I'm saying? Because when you close-minded about things, you don't allow yourself to receive answers that you need to receive from the universe or the ancestors or the spirit guides, so you can be the change you wish to seek in your life. That's why it's important to be open-minded. You see what I'm saying? The more open-minded you become, the more answers you'll have, and the more free your soul will become. And the more free your soul will become, the more you'll be able to be free physically. You see what I'm saying, man? But yeah, come to Africa, man. If you don't visit, if you don't relocate, at least visit. You see what I'm saying? Peace and love, family. I'm out. I hope this message becomes you. Original gods, baby. Yes, sir.
While you at it, like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And if you need your Original Gods phone case to show these people you the real OG, link is in the description of the YouTube video. Check it out. If you need you a trucker hat, link is in the description. And if you want an OG shirt to represent the power that you possess, hit the link in the YouTube description. And if it get a little chilly outside and you want to still be stepping like an OG, get you an Original Gods hoodie. Link in the YouTube description. Oh yeah, and don't forget to grab your copy of the book, man. Get this divine wisdom. Get a book that reminds you of the power of yourself. Grab your copy of that You Are the Blueprint, knowing yourself so you can know your path. It's a must read.